Welcome back to Switch to Linux, and it is time for the news. So we have 4 update articles today. I have a couple of whoopsies, the missiles are coming articles and discussions to talk about. We have a series of things going on in the security area, a few things affecting Android, a few things affecting Chrome that are very important to look at, and a few little iOS thingies. A couple interesting business things, and one, why? So anyway, we're going to go ahead and jump on in with our updates. So, on our updates, the Italian antitrust organizations is looking into both Apple and Samsung to see if they are planning obsolescence into their system. So, that's actually a fascinating question. Of course, in France, it is actually against the law, and it is a criminal charge. Someone could actually go to jail if Apple is found guilty of planned obsolescence for their slowdown issue. This has caused a big thing. The EU is a whole lot better at this stuff than here in the United States of America. Here in the United States of America, there's no rules. There's no nothing. It's just crazy. But over there in EU, they actually do seem to care for people a little bit more, just a little bit more. But anyway, that's kind of the thing. And Joe Johnson's waiting for the Big Bang. So am I, man. I mean, this world already, it's interesting. It's interesting. But anyway, this is just a very, very fascinating article here. Of course, Tim Cook says that the next iOS update will allow users to disable the slowdown if they choose and provide more information about the health of the user's batteries. You know, there you go. Also in Apple news, this is more of what Tim Cook just said. There is an update coming through the iOS devices that will allow you to have a whole lot more control over, does your battery slow the phone down, or does it just behave as normal and risk going into a shutdown loop, and does your battery need replaced or not? All this in the software. Of course, it'll be just like the printers. The printer's like, yeah, you don't need to change that print toner. Yep, you need to change that print toner. Yeah, meanwhile, like 1,000 more copies can be printed. On my Brother printers, you can go into the software, and they're friendly with Linux too, but you can go into the software of the Brother printers, and you can tell it to ignore the toner levels. And I like doing that. I want to print until I start seeing lines on the paper. Usually, I'm just printing out drafts of things to read on my book correction edits anyway, so why do I need a whole lot more than that? But anyway, and that came to my attention today because I actually got the unfortunate disprivilege of trying to get a Canon printer working with Linux today. I was at a friend's house using their Canon printer to do some laser printing for a big mail merge business promo I'm doing with another client. And they had a Canon printer, and I had to get the Canon printer to work. And then, of course, the Canon printer's like every couple pages, like, you need to change your toner. Go through there, disable all the stuff on their printer so that it would stop asking me about changing the toners, getting like 500 more pages printed before the toner actually needed changed. And that's going to be like this. Apple suffers. Yeah, your battery needs replaced, man. Yep. Send it to the Apple store because, we want to charge you. Because, of course, Apple's now doing the battery replacements for $29 instead of $79, but that's actually a short-term thing. That's not going to be there forever. That's kind of the case on that. Update on the swatter. This useless piece of humanity, will be charged with manslaughter in Kansas. I really wish that the laws were tightened up a little bit and that this would be a felony murder. Which in many states, and Kansas not being one of those states, but in many states, if you commit a felony and somebody dies, felony murder is on the table. Which means that a wrongful death occurs in the act of committing a felony. And I think that this what should happen in a case like this, where he's in one state causing a hoax leading to somebody's death in another state, in interstate commerce, it should automatically be a felony. And if it were automatically a felony, it would be really amazingly awesome if automatically being a felony, someone dies, he charged with felony murder. Now, I also think that the police officer should be charged with something here as well. I think he should be stripped of his badge, stripped of his job, stripped of his pension. And here's the reason why. This was assuming this wasn't even a hoax. And they come to the door and they're swatting somebody that they think is in a hostage situation. Guys, the perpetrator doesn't come to the door. This guy had an itchy trigger finger. He probably played too much Call of Duty and he was looking to shoot someone. And I think that the police officer that fired the fatal shot should also be charged. That's my personal opinion on this. Because we have too many instances where police are forgetting that they are public servants, not the law unto themselves. And I think that would send a message to these people situations, because this is a guy that, assuming that it was what this worthless piece of humanity on your screen, not this worthless piece, but that worthless piece of humanity, said, assuming it was true, then in which case, when the SWAT team goes and knocks on the door, or someone comes to the door, it's not the hostage taker. Okay? He's not going to expose himself like that. Because if he comes to the door and he's got his gun in his hand, they'll just pluck him off right there. Because they have reason to believe people are in imminent danger. And you don't do that. And that's part of training not to do that. But anyway, this guy is being charged with manslaughter, which is actually only it's not a bad one. It'll be like a couple years and he'll be out and doing it all again. Of course, this useless piece of humanity also called in bomb threats and several other swatting instances as well. They should take this guy and lock him up and throw away the key. I mean, quite honestly. Oh boy. And here, I'm going to declare good news on this one. This is partially in response to the Republican tax plan. This is one of those good things coming out of it. Apple is giving a $2,500 bonus to all of its full and part-time staff that are under the level of management. So pretty much all the low-level guys. Now, this probably is not going to be the factory workers in China, because technically those are contractors, not Apple employees. But all worldwide Apple employees, actual Apple employees, will receive $2,500 in stock, and they are crediting part of this, not all of it, but part of this to the Republican tax cut. Because what the tax cut did, and there's a lot of things that are not necessarily good for all of us, peons out here, but for the businesses and the upper level type of stuff going on there, what happened is, one of the things is that the tax rates for having cash overseas was going to decline, but at the time the thing passed, all overseas cash was getting taxed on all U.S. corporations. I think it was like 15.5%. So they were getting taxed on it either way, so they just decided to bring some of it back and distribute it. And this is a good thing. I do not envision all companies are going to be doing this. In reality, in our world, most people are going to take all of the savings from the tax cuts and push it right onto the shareholders. But this is a case where I'm going to credit Apple with doing the right thing here. And this here is the thing that I think that Jeff Bezos should be doing, because that man has way too much personal money. And I'm not a guy that says, take it away from him because of that. I'm not a socialist. I'm not a communist. And I think that he should have a lot of his resources, because he did work very hard and he sacrificed a lot for what he has. But at the same time, his employees in United States have to get government assistance because he's not paying them enough. He can certainly take one of his $100 billion, cash it out, and distribute it as a cash bonus to his workers. I mean, quite frankly. And so I'm going to credit Apple with doing the right thing on this one here. Hawaii's missile alert crisis. If you did not catch this, last Saturday in the morning at shift change, they had to do a non-routine test of the notification system. And basically it's like, everybody sit there and flash flood warning or an Amber Alert. And I've had them. Actually, I think I had one on a live stream once where the flash flood warning came on, or an Amber Alert is issued, and they come to all of the phones. Well, what happened is they have this system here, which is not a particularly handy type system. And there is a test, and there is like a drill, and basically what happened is the employee hit the wrong wrong one and accidentally sent throughout all of Hawaii. Emergency issue alerted. Ballistic missile threat inbound to Hawaii. Seek immediate shelter. This is not a drill. Woo-hoo. Seek shelter, Kitty. Seek shelter. The missiles are coming. The missiles are coming. And so, like, it sent all of Hawaii into this. So, of course, the news stations caught it. It kind of went all over the place. And for 38 minutes, chaos was ensuing because it took them 38 minutes because there was no system in place to issue a retraction or a that was a false alarm or a whoopsie. So, essentially, what happened is they came down and like, no, this was just there is no threat. Basically, so if you look at the timestamps on this happened 29 minutes. So the news channels got the message out within 15 minutes, but the actual state official emergency alert did not get their correction out until 38 minutes later. Now, it was either the same day or it was definitely within 36 hours. In Japan, the same thing happened. Now, they said in Japan it wasn't quite as serious because North Korea does frequently fire missiles over Japan. And so it wasn't quite as unanticipated in Japan as it was here in the States. Now, this actually had a couple positive things. Number one, they put a better system into place. And of course, the FCC launches an investigation. Of course, what happened now is the guy got reassigned. The guy got reassigned. They said, yeah, it really was, it wasn't all the guy's fault. It was a very confusing system. FCC's looking into this. Now, there was actually a fascinating byproduct of this. The fascinating byproduct in all of this was that a lot of people over there really legitimately thought it was the end. Probably going to be suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder across the island. But what ended up happening is that a lot of people thought it was the end and came to really realize that their stuff wasn't important. The office can wait, and time with families is a good thing. And so, it's an interesting silver lining to a false missile defense attack. But I might even look into this a little bit further and ask, is this all a conspiracy? A conspiracy to ask this fascinating question. Are they priming us for the end? All right, in the security world, well, there's some exciting Chrome extensions in the news. This is one that, if you install it, actually it really can't be uninstalled. I think even the guys, let's see, the free version of Malwarebytes will get rid of it. But it's Timpio in Colombia in vivo. Let's see, something in Colombia in live, I'd guess. All right, what does that translate to? Anybody? What's that translate to? I'm sure somebody on here can tell me what that translates into. Basically, if this extension gets installed, it will redirect the list of extensions to a new page, and you will not be able to uninstall anything, really. Then it'll do a lot of other fun things messing around. Racked up almost 11,000 installs before Google removed it. I don't even know what it was supposed to do or what it said it did. I don't even know. But yeah, I mean, there's problems with extensions, and a lot of people ask me things like, how do you set up your Firefox or WaterFox browsers? What extensions do you use? It's a short story. I really don't. I have a couple of small extensions that I've used for years for web development stuff, but other than that, I don't run extensions. I don't trust extensions. I don't want to trust extensions. An extension is, and that's one of the reasons I don't like GNOME. People are like, oh, you can do a lot of things with extensions. Yeah, third-party extensions. Look at the havoc they're doing on Firefox and on Chrome. Extensions cause a lot of problems. I don't want to extend my GNOME desktop with extensions. Thank you very much. But anyway, that's that. Here's another one. So this is another malicious Chrome extension. This was found on over 500,000 computers, according to this Iceberg group. And basically, what this thing did is I'm not even sure what it was supposed to do. Oh, you know what? It was it was supposed to identify if HTTP traffic was secure or not. Basically, something in addition to the secure padlock, it was supposed to do something. Basically, all it did is it installed a whole lot of, did the same thing that some of these extensions did, where it kind of mimics somebody hacking into the GitHub accounts and installing things. It would basically utilize the update feature of the browser to install some infected JavaScript files, and then it would just start connecting itself to ad networks all over the place. And so this is another fun Chrome extension. So this is why I don't use extensions. I don't want to use them on GNOME either. This was a fun take for all these Bitcoin miners out there. With all the Bitcoin stuff going on. This was actually a redesign of the fun open source Mariah malware. So, of course, the Mariah is what's being used to hack into all these IoT devices. And the source is online. You can download the source and do whatever you want with it. So somebody took this and produced Satori, which goes around and infects Bitcoin mining machines and then changes the Bitcoin wallet to harvest those Bitcoins for the hacker instead of someone else. So if you are mining Bitcoin, public service announcement, watch out for this guy, because it's infecting all of your stuff. I just think this is kind of funny, really. Like, you know, someone gets all the Bitcoin stuff going. Yeah, I got the Bitcoin stuff going, you know. And then some hacker comes in and you don't even realize it, but it's sending all of the Bitcoins it's mining to the hacker's wallet instead of your own. Skye Go free. Skye Go free. Skye free. Mark Yates. That was, I think it was called like HTTP extension checker or something. I don't know. I forget. I'll have all of these articles in the description when I'm done here. So Skye Go free. This is considered one of the most invasive malwares ever. This thing can grab all access to phone conversations, all access to text messages, even encrypted, various encrypted messages, stealing WhatsApp messages, other security things, reports all location, activates all microphones, takes regular screenshots and camera snapshots. Basically, I mean, this thing is a monster. And it will hide itself from the desktop, so it'll get itself installed on your phone and then hide itself and just constantly be running in the background and allow somebody to have literally full access to everything on your phone, even embedded within apps. It can take passwords, everything you do on your phone, you can get from this. And the distribution, this thing comes from visiting infected websites, which apparently these websites are mimicking some of the various cellular carrier websites around the world. And so you'd go to it thinking it was your cellular carrier's website, and they'll give you a notice that says you need to update something. Click here to update, and you're downloading and installing an app. And then the app hides itself and allows full access to everything on your phone. So pretty much it's just infected by going to these various things. Like, look at this. Win update, serveftp.com, Vodafone Infinity. So these are things that are very close to regular mobile carrier phones. So, of course, if you want to experiment with it, you can go ahead and just download this bad boy and install it on your phone if you want. So most of these, they said here, most of these are outdated except one of them. So this one is still accessible, apparently. But it's out there. So you get this. Dear customer, in order to avoid malfunctions of your internet connection, we encourage you to upgrade your configuration, download and install it now to keep on giving you navigating at maximum speed. So you download it, and then of course once you download an APK on an Android, it will do you want to install this, and you can install it, and you've just infected your phone. Of course, I think a lot of phones you have to turn on the ability to sideload the apps. I don't remember exactly. I know I have it turned on because that's actually how I install things. Although I should actually toggle that off and just toggle it on when I intend to install an app. I should probably make that security adjustment to my phone. Because that would be a neat one. If you happen to have a OnePlus phone, be wary of these. Actually, I think this affected if you use the OnePlus website. A lot of people found out that after visiting and making an order on the OnePlus website, they found that their credit card information was compromised. They found up to 40,000 users may have been affected. And so what happened is somebody got in there and installed a data mining script that would collect all of the data on their website. And then, let's see. So between mid-November and January 11th, anybody who placed an order on oneplus.net, keep an eye on your credit card bills, maybe cancel your card, whatever else. Paid credit card via PayPal should not be affected. Users paid PayPal should not be affected. And users who paid via saved credit card should not be affected. Basically, it was only people who manually entered a credit card during those periods of time may be affected. So take a note if you get one of these. In fact, this is a case where I had used my debit card at a GameStop when I bought my phone last year. And they sent out the letter. I took that letter to the bank, and that's what I needed to prevent the bank charging me for a new debit card. So print out these emails, take them to your financial institutions, and if they're trying to charge you more, in fact, any bank that's trying to charge you more for a compromised credit card, I just closed your account with them, actually. That's what I would do. So that's that. And of course, if you're running iOS and you are updating your phone like a good little boy and a good little girl, this bug can actually freeze, shut down, or reboot your phone. So this link here, if you receive this link on a text, then this, simply receiving it, you don't even have to click it, you don't have to do anything with it. All you have to do is receive this link on your phone as a text, and it will cause your phone to either freeze, shut down, or log out. Okay. Thanks, Apple. And of course, it only affects people from iOS 10 to iOS 11.2.5. A couple Amazon things. If you buy Amazon Amazon Prime month to month, your rates are going to go up from $10.99 to $12.99. Students will go from $5.49 to $6.49. Existing Prime will pay the new price for renewals happening after February 18th. So you have another month. Katie, off my desk. Get away from those temptations. Now, if you buy it a month, if you buy the annual, it remains the same. Is this Amazon just trying to get more people on the annual? I don't know. But anyway, if you buy month to month, then expect to be paying quite a bit more. Buying annually remains the same. Very curious. And then, of course, big news, Amazon is announcing the top 20 potential cities for their Amazon headquarters to Toronto. Who let the Canadians have it? All right, and Rita, you guys can have Amazon headquarters too. Columbus, Ohio. Indianapolis, Chicago, Denver, Nashville, Los Angeles, Dallas, Austin. Boston, New York City, Newark. Pittsburgh or Philadelphia. Haha, 2 from Pennsylvania. Montgomery County. That's not a state. Or I guess it's is that a city? Montgomery County? I don't know. Washington, D.C., Raleigh, Northern Virginia. Okay, Atlanta and Miami. Don't do Miami. You'll be closing the place up for hurricanes every other week. But anyway, so those are that. So this headquarters, the headquarters, we expect to invest $5 billion in the construction, includes many as 50,000 high-paying jobs. High-paying jobs, guys, they might even pay $13 an hour. That's high for Amazon. I mean, 50,000 more people. That means what? Their 10% mark? That means about 5,000 more people on food stamps in your area. And I'm ripping on Amazon a little bit. Supposedly, though, these are going to be higher paid jobs. I don't know what exactly that means. as far as their actual how many jobs, what type of jobs, and what is the average per job breakdown. That would be interesting. But anyway, they are looking to spend quite a bit of money on increasing, building another facility, because Amazon's just becoming way too big. It's a little scary, really. But anyway, I do have an Amazon affiliate account, all disclosure. Links will be down there below if you do shop on Amazon, and I shop on Amazon. In fact, somebody's actually asked me to review their microphone, so they want me to buy it from Amazon. They're going to pay me to buy it on Amazon and then give you a real review. So some of the reviews, a lot of reviews say it's excellent. Some of the reviews say it's about as good as a integrated webcam. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. So anyway, that is some Amazon. Apple, more Apple news. We mentioned this a little bit earlier, but Apple is going to be paying $38 billion in U.S. taxes. Well, that's good news. A lot of this has to do with the fact that with this tax cut, all companies holding any overseas cash have to pay 15.5% on any of their overseas spending. And that is subject to a one-time, and then they will be taxed, I think, 15.5 down from 35.5 to bring money from overseas back. And so that's kind of what's going on with the Apple world in that respect. And then in kind of frightening news, this is an interesting little app. So this app, basically this is an app that you can get to resist the urge to self-harm. And I have mixed feelings on this. So basically, I don't know what's up with this octopus, this surfing octopus here, or if that's part of the app. But the app is called Comharm, launched in 2016 before it rebranded in July 2017. It's for both Android and iPhone. And basically, you use this, and it is supposed to prevent you from hurting yourself. You know, breathe, push start, breathe for 60 seconds. And so overall, I think, hey, it's a kind of a cool thing to have an app available like this. The downside for me is, at what point in time is this list crazy world going to be starting to look at people who are downloading this and go, are these people like, ooh, you have downloaded the app that prevents self-harm. Should we prevent you from owning a firearm in the United States? Or, ooh, at what point in time are we going to get somebody who has committed a murder-suicide? At what point in time are they going to go, but we found that he had this app on his phone? You know, at what point in time is the number of people who have downloaded this app going to be representative, or the information used against people? And that's kind of my concern on this type of stuff. But anyway, what do you guys think? That's a fascinating. Introducing the new Colgate Connect D1. We have our Colgate Smart Toothbrush. This is not the first smart toothbrush in the world. Oh, God. The ideal toothbrush should do more than just brush. It can make your life and your health better by providing you an app that will log everything and sending all of this data up. But come on, this is first of its kind from Colgate. It's sonic vibrations. It has a mouth mapping technology. It gives real-time feedback in a brush coach. All for $99.95. It's smart. It's sleek. It's high-tech. And by the way, it's only available from the Apple Store. So if you have an iPhone, get another one, because this one only works with the iPhone. And I believe it's only being sold in the Apple stores right now. Artificial intelligence is embedded in the handle. Oh, great. So my smart toothbrush is going to be hacked and start emailing people. Great. Good to know. Automatic data uploading via Bluetooth and seamless pairing. Small rounded head reaches into tight fit corners of the mouth. We have a little asterisk there. We gotta find that small print. We gotta hunt down that small print. Sonic vibrating technology helps efficiently remove plaque. Lightweight handle makes it easy for brushing for adults and kids. Powerful battery, 10 days of life on a single charge. Slim silhouette fits neatly into tight places. It's not just about the brush. Our Colgate app, where you learn about your brushing habits and how to improve them. It's the key to getting the most out of the E1 brush. It maps your mouth. keeps track of every brush stroke in the tooth. It coaches you to get on-the-spot feedback and how to get your brushes working. It's full of tips. You'll be amazed at how much it will teach you about oral health. It's got games, because we all need games on our smart toothbrush apps, people. Oh my God. Oh my God. Our signature game, Go Pirate, turns the brush into the game of control, motivating kids to collect coins and brush more. There's a family mode. It tracks the whole family so you can stay informed on how well your loved ones are or aren't brushing. For the love. Oh, you get easy refills. 3 replacement heads for $19. Whoa, look at all these models with perfect teeth. If you get this brush, your yellow and windy, bendy teeth will be amazingly straight and narrow and perfect and white with our amazing toothbrush. All right, well, thanks for watching this edition of the news. If you would like to help support what we're doing, you can check out switchtolinux.com/support. I have Patreon, patreon.com/Tom M. And there are some Amazon links down below. And on the website, if you do care to make a PayPal tip, there is a PayPal link on the website. I think the one on YouTube may or may not work. I gotta fix that. But anyway, thanks for watching. I hope that you enjoy switching to Linux.